Lovely. Okay. So let's just have a little roll of the shoulders. So we're going to do a lot of maintenance for the shoulders today and the back. Quite a lot of back stuff. Don't tend not to do too much back because we do a lot of arms. Roll the shoulders forward. So a lot of the exercises we're going to do are kind of warm us up as well. So we don't need to go mad on the arm warm up. And then arms here, hands, circle back. So we're going to really work on our rotator cuff muscles today. I'll explain what they are. And then roll forward. Just your feet hip width apart, slightly soft knees, tummy in. Lovely. And then let's just take one arm back so you can get a real opening up, nice and gentle. You can follow the arm with your head as well. And you can twist that body so we're getting a real sort of twist and open. Lovely. So a lot more maintenance today to strengthen these shoulders and back. Lovely. Let's come forward. So the other arm reaching back and up and over. Nice and slow. Lovely. Lovely. 4 more this side, then we'll change. So basically, your rotator cuff is like a shoulder pad that sits over your shoulder, other arm. And it's responsible for your shoulder rotation, lifting your arms up and down, pulling your arms across, lots of movement. And if you haven't got a really strong one of those, release, you end up just getting shoulder injuries. So you can get impingements of the joints, all sorts of problems, tears and rips. So if we work on these non-superficial muscles, then when you do all your push-ups and all the other bits, your shoulders are protected. So if you don't have a good shoulder girdle or stabilisation, then all the other muscles will get worked and injuries will occur. So that's what we're doing today, some of. So first one I wanted to start with, if we've got our arms, this is forwards and this is sidewards, but what I want to do is be on the diagonal. So it's literally the diagonal. We'll do a few of these without weights, and then you can add some weights. It is quite slow and you are lifting that arm quite far away from the body. So you need to see how it feels. If there's any pain, obviously you keep without the weights. But just a sort of a posture check, you really want to keep your shoulders back and down and in stiff where they are. So you don't want them to come forward. Okay, so shoulders back and down, squeeze the tummy and lift, breathe in and out. So really feel activeness through these shoulders. So you're really pressing down. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. So one of these exercises, you can just see my fingers in the corner. So you can do this with the thumbs up, which we're going to do, and then you do it with the thumbs down. So it's like you're tipping the stuff out of a can. Carry on. Same thing on the diagonal. Breathing in. Just to shoulder height. Again, really feel those shoulders pressing down. Squeeze the tummy. So this is a really good workout for that rotator cuff. Nice and gentle, lovely. Let's do 2 more. We can do another set. We can add some weight, but really only if you feel like it, because it's quite slow. I'm only going to do a few. And we're going to start again with the hands, like your palms facing this way, and then we'll switch them down. Same thing, little softness in the knees, tummy and shoulders back. Squeeze, lift up and down. So it's nice and slow. On the diagonal. And make sure they're diagonal, not to the side. They've got to be coming forward. Your arms look a little bit, I can't really tell, but Pen, your arms look like they're going out to the side. Are they coming forward? That's better, lovely. So it's on the diagonal. Hard to tell, I know, from a flat screen. Then let's turn the hands the other way. So it's like you're pouring out your weights as if they're water in them, and lift up slightly harder that way. You may want to lose the weights. Don't let those shoulders lift up. Lift. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Wonderful. Last one. Lovely stuff. Good. Let's get these weights set down. We're going to do the rotational one on the floor when we're down there, but what I want to do now is this one. So if you've got a band, you can either use a dressing gown cord if you haven't got a band, or if you have got a band, and again it can be one of these long ones, just something that will pull. But if you don't have one of them, a cord is fine. I think we've all got stretchy bands, haven't we? Wonderful. I'll use mine. Either or, it doesn't matter if it's a looped one or you're holding it. But we want to have the elbows bent in like this, and again, really shoulders back and pulled in, and you're pulling your arms apart. So the arms apart is the first move, and then you just move your arms up and pull back. So it's small, so you feel this pulling across the chest. But again, you could do exactly the same if you're holding. As long as you're pulling apart, lift up and down. And if you don't have a band, you could do it with a dressing gown cord. It doesn't have to bend, it doesn't have to pull, but it's something you can pull apart, create some tension, really get these shoulders back, lift and down. Lift, that's it. So you're feeling tension across the back, across the chest. Keep that tension the whole time. You should feel it in your biceps as well. So pull the band apart, so you're really creating tension. That's it. It should be really hard. Should be quite slow and difficult to do. So your elbows are in. Try and pull your fists apart. Breathe in and out. And it isn't a bicep curl. It's a forward, backward. You've got to lift your whole arm frame. That's it. And keep. So it's like your arms in a plaster cast. You can't move. It just lifts forwards, pulls back. Lift forward, pull back. 2 more. I can really, really feel this. Keep pulling apart. 1 more. Oh, release. So again, that sort of worked the shoulder muscles a bit behind. We've done the ones on top. In fact, we can keep this one if you've got a long band. If your band's not long enough to stand on, just hold it in your hand. If you can stand on it, you can. So basically, we're going to be like it's like a pirate. You're pulling your sword, so your palm is facing you. Pull your sword out. So if you've got a band, same thing. You can grab your band, hands that way, pull it out and up and down. So you need to have enough tension on the band that it's tight from here all the way down. That's it, lovely. And the main thing is, palm is facing you, palm is facing me. So your palm is across the body, pull it out. So this is the one where you're really sort of working this muscle here because you're pulling out, pull the arm back. Good. So we're really working, as they say, this rotator cuff muscle, but the outward rotation we shall do when we're on the floor. Lovely. And again, pull. Breathe. Try not to let the chest or the back get involved. Open. Good. I love her. So you can do these exercises every day. You don't just have to do them with me. Really good for your shoulder. Even if you just do 10 each side, very good if you've got any shoulder problems. Release. Especially as we sit down a lot, we're getting very rounded and we really want to work these muscles. And also you're at home doing a lot of DIY, a lot of overhead. That's exactly when you're going to hurt those shoulders. So this is going to help that, like. Okay, so the hand is across. Pull it out. Pull out your sword. Lovely. Again, nice strong position. Shoulders down, chest is open, tummy in. Really feel that. Shoulders engage. Have the tension the whole time, so make that band a bit shorter if you can. So it's hard. It wants to be hard to pull up. So you've really got to use those muscles to pull it out. Lovely. Wonderful stuff. Really good. Four more. Then we're going to take it down to the floor. And release. Well done. So it feels like maybe not so hard as doing some of the other weights, but it is really working those shoulders. I'm going to move my iPad all the way down to the floor. That is where I am. I think it'll be better. And hopefully it's not going to fall over. Lovely. So I'm going to make sure I've got a weight nearby. Only going to need one. And I'm going to lie on our tummies. So we're going to do some back work first. We want to make sure you've got room to move your arms around like this. We're going to start small. My feet are just lengthened out behind me. I know you can't see them, but I've had to move back so I've got space. Shoulders back, lengthen the neck, and squeeze the tummy in. So we're just going to start with some lifts up. Really feel the shoulders push back and lower. So you're not pushing on your tummy. Suck the belly in, lift up a few inches and lower. Really think shoulders back, lift and lower. Shoulders back, lift and lower. So you breathe in. You can keep your shoulders there the whole time. When you come down, they tend to do that. So roll them back, lift up. Really feel you're extending upwards. You're not lifting the chin, so the chin doesn't lift. You're just lifting up. Okay, lovely. If you want to, take the arms off. So you're always squeezing your shoulders back, lift. So really working these back muscles back, lift. Hands are optional, you can leave them on the floor. Squeeze the tummy. Do one more. Okay, release. So what I'd like to do is use the bands now, and again they're optional. So if you want to not use the band, we're going to lift up. You can slide your hands along the floor and pull it back, along the floor and pull it back. But if you have a band, you can have it in front of you, lifted, stretch it. You're going to lift up, pull it back, lift up, pull it back. So the arms are up the whole time. To be fair, you could probably do the arms on the floor as well. Have the band under tension. Exactly the same exercise. Lift the arms forward, squeeze them back, or reach the arms up, squeeze back. Breathe in and out. Nice long lengthened move. You can squeeze your bottom if you want, if you feel that helps protect the lower back. But the chest is only just lifted. It's these arms that are working, either on the floor, in the air. Let's do 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And 1. Lovely stuff. Release. Losing the band. So the next one I want to do is arms down by the side, and your palms are facing up. I want to lift up, and it's like you're screwing a light bulb. You're going to turn your arms and down. So you lift up, grab your light bulb, screw it and lift up. So you see my chin stays tucked in. I'm just squeezing those shoulder blades back. You really feel this here. Release. Squeeze. So your arms reach back and squeeze. Shoulders down. Release. So you really get a lovely feeling of those muscles between the shoulders. Squeeze back and release. Four more, lovely. Squeeze that tummy in, don't push it into the floor. Last 2. Last 1. Oh, I can really, really feel that one. Let's have a little sit back into child pose. Let's give that back a little release. I'm going to stretch my arms forward, give those shoulders a release as well. Exercising. So we're going to do a little bit for the lower back. And then we'll have the upper back as well. So you can just see my feet. So I'm going to rest my forehead. I'm going to lift one leg and lower. Lift the other leg, lower. Again, squeeze the tummy in. Try and think of your shoulders not collapse, so just hold them back slightly, squeeze. You lengthen the leg, lift it up. The higher you lift it, the more we're getting into these hips as well. But predominantly we're trying to work the lower back, so don't worry too much. Lift. Really think of pushing your hips into the floor, so you're stretching out that hip flexor. Squeeze, lovely. Okay, I'm going to shuffle back because I'm going to add some arms, but you know what my legs are doing. So again, it's optional with the arms. The arms are in front. Try not to overreach too much. Try and pull them back a bit. I'm going to lift one arm, one leg. I'm lifted slightly with one arm, one leg. If this is hurting your lower back, just come lower down and keep it low. But if you can get a small lift, it means we're working that lower back because we're getting an arch. We're flexing the shoulders, we're lengthening the arms. That's opposite arm to opposite leg, lovely stuff. Pull that tummy in, shoulders back, good. Keep going, really nice, reach. So this is working the whole posterior chain all the way down the back and the shoulders and into the bottom. 2 more. Lovely, relax. So I'm going to go for arms and legs. So if this is too much, you can stick to singles, or you could just try double arms, or you could just try double legs. Up to you. Singles, doubles, or if you can, arms and legs and lower. Shoulders back, squeeze the tummy, arms and legs. It isn't about height, just feel yourself lift slightly. It's like you're skydiving. Again, if that's too much, just do one or other. You shouldn't feel any pain, any twinges, listen to the body. Four more. And maybe you're just lifting one leg at a time. This is fine. Keep the head down, work, listen to your body. This is just something we can work towards. Squeeze the tummy, 2 more. Release, lovely. I'll do one more exercise in this position and then we're going to sit up and do a little bit more triceps. Okay, so, in fact I want to do our rotator cuff as well. So this one's a bit like you're swimming. Feet are down, we're going to take the arms in front, swim them back, swim them forward, swim them back. Make sure you've got space, same principle, pull the tummy in, shoulders bring them back a bit so you're not overreaching. Looking down, nice long neck. Ready, here we go. So you lifted yourself up and you take your arms back and forwards. And again, make the range of movement smaller if this is too much. Or you could do one arm at a time. So do find a level that works for you. And when you reach back, you're really reaching back behind. Lovely, let's do another 4. Use the breath. One more. Wonderful. Let's sit back. We've really worked that back nicely today. We do a lot of arms. It's good to do the back as well. I need the back, need the support system. So I'm going to lie on the side. We're going to do the rotator cuff. So it's a good idea, I mean, just to have something as a visual. Basically, just find a comfortable position, lie on your arm. We want the elbow in like this, like we were when we're standing, and we're opening up and closing like this. You could do this with no weight, or you can grab a weight. It's good if you get something, anything could be your band, just under your arm to hold it in place. Because it means you'll squash your arm down and you'll keep it there. Otherwise you can get a bit floppy, if that makes sense. So your band, even if it's your thin band, it doesn't matter. Just get it on there, hold it in place, and your arm here. Relax the head and neck. Just so you keep squeezing, open, close. I am going to do it without weight because I find that is really, really tough. Again, rounded shoulders. This is the rotation bit in the rotator cuff. This muscle rotates the shoulders open. We're very rounded, so pulling them back. If you've got shoulder tightness, you're going to feel this. But you've got to keep the elbows squeezed. If you're able to whack your arm all the way up here, it's likely you're not squeezing tight enough. So you won't have that much movement. Squeeze your arm into your waist. It's probably only going to get to about 45 rather than open right up. So remember, squeeze. It's like when we do our dumb way to standing up, we have the imaginary bit of paper under our armpit. You've got to squeeze. Maybe next time we'll use a small towel or something. And you don't want to let your body get involved, so no rolling of the body. You stay forward, just open that arm. Let's do 2 more. Lovely. Oh, okay, whilst we're here, gently lift up, switch sides. Perfect. So again, you've got to really wedge that arm in at the waist. If your arm's kind of doing this, it's not doing the exercise. It should only probably get to about there, because you've got to squeeze in, squeeze under your arm. With or without your weights. Here we go. Open. And close. And open. And close. Lovely. Squeeze that arm into your chest. Wonderful. Keep going. 4, 3. Squeeze that bicep. Feel that shoulder rotating. Lovely. One more. Great. Lovely stuff. Let's do some tricep dips. So again, we like to do these without lifting up the bottom, so you don't impinge. We've spent all this time trying to open up the shoulders. We don't then want to round them again. So I've got my legs straight, but if you want them bent, that's fine. Your hands are in this diamond position. That means your elbows go out the right way. So it's quite small. Again, you don't have to have your fingers touching, just wherever your shoulders are comfortable. Lifting up the chest, small bend and lift. So we're opening up the chest. You don't want to go too low, just a little bit. And again, if it's harder, just sit up a bit more. Don't put so much weight into your wrists. Breathe. Lovely. Can we slow it down? Let's do it for 2. So lower, lower, lift. Woo. You can feel it. 4 more like this. That's 1. That's 2. 2 more. Last one. Oh, let's rest it forwards. Release those arms. Do another little set of those. So quick set to start with. 1. Make sure you got your hands quite close to your bottom. And that avoids, if they're too far away, you can see how much my shoulders are rounding. Keep them underneath you so you can lean back. And then your wrists and your elbows are in a nice position. Squeeze the tummy in. Can we go up and down for 2? Lower, lower. So it's easy to try and take the weight into your abs, so that obviously you're just lying down. You can see my arms not doing anything. So we really want to try and lean into those arms. So we use the arms, not the abdominals. Ooh, slowing it down. 1, 2, we've got 4 more like this. And 3. Push through the heel of that hand. Last one. Ooh, release. Let's bring those arms forward. Lovely stuff. We should stretch out, I think. So sitting comfortably. Let's take one arm up and release that shoulder. Good. So a slightly different exercise this week, but really good maintenance ones. Keep going over. Oh, looking down. And release. Reach up and lean over, keeping your bottom down. Lovely stuff. Looking down. Coming up, let's take the arms across. It's good, it's handy to know you've got those bands actually. Now I know you've, now I know you've all got, you can have your hand on the shoulder and behind the elbow if that's easier. Sometimes people can't feel the stretch below the elbow. Now I know we've got these bands, I think we'll do a few Max, we can do workouts with them. I didn't know you all had them, so if we do that next week, we can do, there's so much stuff you can do with the bands. So we shall do a band workout. It's great for the arms. Let's change sides. Because you can work under tension the whole time with a band, sort of, you're constantly stretching and lengthening the muscle. Lovely. Let's do a tricep stretch. If it's difficult with your legs crossed, just change position. Take that hand down the back. And you can always use your band for this as well, because you could always hold the band in one hand and pull it down with the other one. Or if you find this a bit tight, to have that elbow up here. And release. Lovely, let's take the arms in front. Oh, my arms are really aching. I don't know if it's because we did quite a lot of this in Pilates last night as well. But you do feel that, even though it doesn't seem like you're doing too much, really good for nature's shoulder pads. That's what your cuff looks like. I'm going to just go onto my knees so I can stretch my chest. So a couple of options for this. You can have your hands here, you can link them together and pull back. I'm going to actually sit back and lift the chest up and squeeze the shoulder blades back. It's not for everyone, so find your position. And then I'm still going to take this to grab the hands and then leaning forward into it if that's comfortable. You can lift your bottom up, whatever works for you. Release. Sitting comfortably. Just give these wrists a little stretch. Didn't do too much, did a little bit of the triceps, but on the other way, stretch them on the legs. Stretch them the other way. And then the other one. Lovely. A little bit for the neck as well, just gently take it side to side. Gently, just with two fingers, so gentle, you don't want to pull on your neck. Just to feel a nice stretch. You can take this other hand down, sit on it if that helps, just to give it a stretch. So the stretch can come from this side because of the arm, but you never want to pull on your head. You're bending your neck quite severely. Change sides. And all the vertebrae in your neck, you don't want to suddenly yank and pull on them. It's just gently with a finger, feeling a stretch. Lovely. Let's just stretch at the back as well. Hands together. Stretch round those shoulders. Just let your chin tuck in. Really feel those shoulders separate. We did a lot of squeezing the shoulders back, so we want to stretch this. Lovely. Release. Let's take a breath in and out. And in. And out. One more. And out. And give yourselves a clap. Thank you. And hope to see you tomorrow. We'll do floor work again for our thighs and legs, so it's not jumping about. Lots of glute stuff on the floor if you want to join.
Thanks, Lisa.
Lovely. Thank you.
Bye.